Good morning, grade ones. Yes, we're talking about volcanoes. Why are we talking about volcanoes? Well, because one of the reasons why dinosaurs could have become extinct. So let's go and learn about volcanoes. To learn about volcanoes, we need to know what's in the inside of our Earth. We've got an inner core that's really, really hot. Then around that, we've got the outer core that's a little bit cooler. Then around the outer core, we've got the mantle, and that's solid. Then on top of the mantle, we have got the crust. That's where we live. So if you look at this picture, the inner core, the black, I made it black because there's so much pressure on it, and it's so hot, it's as hot as the surface of the sun. Then the outer core is a little bit cooler, but it's still incredibly hot. There's not as much pressure on it, and that rock is melted, it's liquid. Then we've got the mantle, that's also solid rock. And then the green is the crust, and that's where we live. So if you had to cut through our Earth, it would look like an onion. It's got layers. Here is another picture of what the Earth looks like if you had to cut it. You've got the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. Remember, we live on the crust. Here is another picture, just like an onion, with many layers. Now, volcanoes can be extinct. That means they no longer work. They can be dormant, meaning they're sleeping and could work any time. Or they are active and they are erupting right now. So you've got extinct volcanoes that will no longer erupt. You've got dormant volcanoes that could erupt any time but haven't erupted for a while. Then you've got active volcanoes that are erupting right now. Now a volcano has got that melted rock. That melted rock, when it's under the ground, is called magma. Let's clap it. Magma. Magma. Magma is so hot that the rock is like liquid. And that magma has got so much pressure. Picture yourself holding a balloon with jelly inside it. Then you're going to squeeze that balloon. You're going to put a lot of pressure on it. Eventually, that jelly inside the balloon is going to squirt out. Well, that's what happens to the magma. There's so much pressure on that magma that it forces its way up the main vent. That's the main channel. And that magma gets pushed up, and as it erupts and comes out of the ground, that same magma changes its name. It's no longer called magma, it is now called lava. And yes, it comes out of a hole in the ground, which we call a crater. Now the main hole where the magma comes is called a vent. Then, if you're putting so much pressure on this magma, sometimes the magma will try and slide out anywhere else. And those different little vents are called dikes or sills. So in this picture, you can see the main vent, and then on the side, you've got little fingers that come out. Some of them are called dikes. Dikes are if they're at an angle, and sills if they are lying flat, just like a windowsill. So remember, underneath the ground, that hot melted rock is called magma. When it is pushed under so much pressure and it erupts out from under the ground, when it comes onto the crust, it's called lava. We've got different kinds of volcanoes. You've got a lava volcano, and a lava volcano will have the main vent, but it can also have sills and dikes. Remember, sills and dikes are when the magma tries and finds another way out of the volcano. Then we have a cinder volcano. Now, a cinder volcano will only have the main vent. It won't have sills and dikes. And cinder volcanoes usually are smaller hills. They can be quite close to another main volcano. Then you have a shield volcano. And a shield volcano, the magma runs out almost like a sticky syrup. So it doesn't cause a huge mountain, but rather a flatter mountain, almost like a shield. I want you to make your own volcano. This is what you'll need. This is the best recipe I have found. You get a packet of red jelly powder. I use the whole packet per volcano. Then get 1 cup of white vinegar. Then get a good squeeze of dishwash liquid. Mix that all together in a bowl. I'll leave it for about 15 minutes, just so the gelatin in the jelly can get a little bit thicker. Then go and put it into your tallest thin cup. Now, if mum and dad are like me and they love cappuccinos and they get grande cappuccinos, use that nice tall cup. I found the thinner, the taller cup is the perfect volcano. When you are all ready, make sure you are outside on the grass, because yes, it is going to mess, it is going to stain. That color in the jelly will stain. So mom, I don't want moms and dads shouting at me. Go outside onto the grass. If you would like to and make it a bit more realistic, you can make the volcano around your cup. So you can use paper mache, or you can just squeeze paper into nice balls and then paint it. It's up to you what you do, but it's not going to take away from the experiment if you don't do it. Now, the active ingredients is the bicarbonate of soda. You're going to have 1 huge tablespoon of bicarb of soda. Don't be scared to use a nice big, and that's not a teaspoon. The tablespoon is the biggest spoon you can find. And you're going to pour that, when you're ready, you're going to pour that nice and slowly into your big cup. Then stand back and watch what happens. I want you to tell me how your volcano works.